Police in Kenya say extreme flooding has killed at least 23 people in the capital, Nairobi. High water inundated roads, brought down power lines, and Kenya's army has been deployed to assist rescue workers. Authorities say the death toll could rise as search and rescue efforts continue.
Torrential rain struck Nairobi late on Friday, turning roads into rivers and flooding thousands of homes. Residents in low-lying neighbourhoods say water levels rose rapidly. Dozens were killed in the deluge.
The old man who brings us the eggs. I saw him being carried away by the water from up there. We didn't know where he had gone. It's only now that we see him under the car.
One person was electrocuted and died due to the heavy rains. Another one was drenched, and he took cover outside a restaurant, where he died from the cold.
The drainage is very bad here, and there are people who died inside their cars.
The immediate focus is now on search and rescue, but already anger is rising. Some blame Nairobi's governor. They accuse him of not following through on a campaign promise to provide the city with drainage and flood management systems. Authorities are advising residents to avoid flooded areas. An alert for more heavy rains is in place, and Nairobi residents brace for further downpours and begin to mourn those they've lost.
Our correspondent, Felix Maringa, is in the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, and joins us for the latest. So, Felix, what is the situation like right now?
The rains are continuing this evening. There's been continued rain in several parts of the city. Residents are being evacuated, and the government is calling on residents who are in low-lying areas to move to higher areas and to be on high alert. Many of the city residents who own businesses that were submerged in the waters have been left counting losses. Many of them have said they went into losses that ran into millions. Many of the motorists who got stuck last evening just got home in the wake of Saturday morning. And majority of the people who had not seen their family members have continued to ask the government to help locate family members. Red Cross people are on the ground trying to see if there is anybody stuck in the flowing waters, and some of the rivers within the city are also being checked to ensure that nobody has been stuck inside. The county government has also been trying to ensure that some of the clogged drainage systems within the city are unclogged so that there is pure flow or a smoother flow of the water, so that the surface runoff is not a lot as was experienced last evening.
We've been hearing reports of anger directed at the government of Nairobi because of the flooding. What's behind that?
The government of Nairobi is responsible for ensuring that the drainage system is taken care of. So if there's any garbage or any matter that finds itself in the drainage system, the county government is responsible for clearing the drainage systems. However, that has not been happening in many parts of the city, and that's why when the drainage systems filled up, then the surface water runoff became a lot, and the city practically turned into small rivers everywhere. Cars were submerged, and the other thing that the county government is also being blamed about is there's been sporadic coming up of high-rise buildings in several areas, and some of these high-rise buildings are either on riparian land or they are built on top of drainage systems, and so they put a lot of pressure on the drainage systems, and as a result, the flooding that was experienced last evening is witnessed. Lastly, the weatherman had warned Kenyans to be alert, and the county government did very little to ensure that the city was prepared for the flooding that was experienced, and that's why the county governor is taking the hit for this particular misstep.
Well, how common is flooding on this scale in Nairobi?
Flooding is common, but it comes in the March to May season and September to October season, where the March to May season, that is the long rains period, and the September to October period is the short rains period. And this particular rain that fell in the wake of Saturday morning was about 20 millimeters, and the weatherman had mentioned this. But the stark difference is that with the recent changes in climate, it's very hard for people to predict when it will rain and when it will not rain. But Nairobi has received this kind of rainfall, but many of the residents are saying they've never seen something like what they witnessed last evening. And something else is that the city residents were not caught unawares just this time. Even in 2024, the city experienced such flooding, and many were left displaced. Hundreds were also pronounced dead, and this is what has continued to happen because of the weather changes. But the stark difference in the country is that as Nairobi experiences heavy downpour and extreme flooding, some of the areas in northern Kenya, like Turkana, are experiencing a drought, and those are the realities of climate change in the present day.
And what are the forecasts saying? Is the flooding expected to ease?
The weatherman has said that the rains will continue until March 9th, but they've asked the city residents to be aware because they had said that the rains would have ended by last week, but clearly that's not the situation. So it's a wait-and-see situation, but according to the weatherman, the rains are to continue until the 9th, with different parts of the country experiencing further rainfall.
That was DW's Felix Maringa in the Kenyan capital, Nairobi. Felix, thank you so much for your reporting. We appreciate it.